Hey there, Pam. I was just wondering how my big sister is doing. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to let you know that I ran into your husband, Jim, earlier.
Oh, really? You did? And just where did you two bump into each other?
Well, I was on my way back home from work, and I just so happened to pass him on the street, actually.
Wow. Well, that certainly is quite the coincidence, isn't it? I mean, I don't think I can even remember the last time the three of us were together.
I think it's actually been just about a year and a half, now that I think about it. But man, you sure do have an amazing husband. Do you know that?
I do know that, actually. Thank you for noticing. Although, if you ask me, he's put on a bit of weight. And he still needs to get a hold of his drinking problem, or else he's just going to keep packing on the pounds.
Oh, wow. Do you really think he's gained all that much? When I saw him, he seemed as young and vigorous as ever, personally. Not only that, but he really is such a sweet, kind man. He actually took me out to a French bakery when we did run into each other.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm so glad that he knows how to treat members of my family well.
Well, of course that's what it is. He just wants to show that he cares about your family just like he cares about you. Such a sweetheart thing to do. And I can't remember a time I had bread that good. I've actually been a bit short on funds lately, so I've been basically living off of instant ramen for a while now.
Oh, Jill, come on. You know that you need to treat yourself better than that. Don't tell me that you're short on money because you went on another shopping spree.
Okay, I don't know if I'd call it a spree. And it's not like I even bought things that were all that expensive. I only got a little bit of makeup, some face creams, lotion, all that stuff. Actually, now that I think about it, it does add up, doesn't it?
Well, have you at least been able to find a job or anything like that recently? Or are you still just bouncing around from part-time position to part-time position?
Oh, come on. You know how hard it is to get a job these days? And I don't want to be held down by some big company and all their rules. I'd much rather live freely. It's how I was meant to be. Don't you get that?
I understand that you value your freedom a lot, but you really need to learn how to control your spending. I mean, is it really the end of the world if you don't buy the latest product or spend all your money on a new bag? Don't you ever worry about savings or getting money for your future or anything like that?
Oh wait, don't tell me that you're actually saving up money right now. Are you really doing that? What are you, some coupon clipping grandma or something like that? Don't you know the world's ending? What's the point of saving if you're not even going to be around to use it at all?
Okay, I know that things aren't looking that great, but we're still decades and decades from the world ending. And besides, aren't you just saying that because you had all your money stolen from you by a scammer? But saving really isn't hard. You just need to put aside a little bit every month. You might even be able to get off your ramen diet if you do. And just know that I have all of this to fall back on is a big relief for me, if I'm being honest.
I don't really care how you live your life, so don't tell me how I should be living mine, okay? I'm not you, got it? And I don't need you lecturing me.
I wasn't trying to lecture you, but you're my sister, and I want to make sure that you're okay and taking care of yourself.
And do you always nag after Jim about every little fault you can find with him? Because I'm sure he doesn't like that one bit.
I mean, Jim and I talk about our problems through open discussion and emotional honesty.
I knew it! I knew that you nagged that poor man. Someone really should come and rescue him from you.
Rescue him from me? What is that supposed to mean? Please, can't you just be a little more logical about this? And what does Ben have to do with any of this?
I'm just saying that I know that if I was with him, I'd always be there to help him and cheer him on. And I'd be a lot kinder to him than you are.
Jill, just because Jim and I have problems that we talk through doesn't mean our relationship is bad. Every couple has issues, but it's how they handle them that says a lot. And Ben and I are very happy with each other. So I don't understand why you're trying to twist my words around to make it sound like we're not.
You say that, but I just really don't get the sense at all that you're there for your husband as much as you say that you really are. But it doesn't really matter since you two are basically through as a married couple anyways.
I guess you'll just have to wait until you're married to find out what I'm talking about. But marriage isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
Whatever. I know that when I get married, I'm going to be the best wife that anyone has ever seen. My tired husband will come from work and I'll have dinner hot and waiting for him.
I mean, I'm sure you'll have plenty of those moments, and if that makes you happy, then great. But I'm just saying that a marriage isn't all sunshine and rainbows. But now that you mention that, are you seeing someone?
No, I'm not seeing anyone right now, but I do have the perfect man in mind for myself.
You mean you have a crush on someone? But you haven't gone up to them and confessed to them. Well, that's a bit strange for you. Normally, you're so direct and don't let anything stand in your way.
Yes, well, I'm just biding my time, but I was thinking of making a move soon. Anyways, give Jim all my love, okay? See ya, sis.
Okay, Jim, what's the big idea? It's midnight and you haven't sent me a single message about where you are. Don't tell me that you're out drinking again.
Oh my gosh, if it isn't my big sister Pam. How's it going, sis?
Hold on a second. Is this Jill? I don't understand. What's going on?
Yeah, it's me, Jill. You guessed it.
But I don't get it. Why are you texting me from Jim's number? This doesn't make any sense. Unless I'm texting the wrong number? But the name in the context is right, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh no, don't worry about that. You have the right number, and I am texting you on Jim's phone, so you got that right too.
So then you're telling me that you and Jim are together right now?
That's right. But man, Jim is a real mess. He's so drunk that he just passed out and he's asleep now. But I'm here next to him, so don't worry.
But, what is going on? Why are you with my husband right now?
Well, he went out for drinks and invited me along, so that's why I'm here with him right now. Does that all make sense?
So you two just went out to drink on your own? Just the two of you? Not a word to me?
I think that Jim didn't want to invite you because he wanted to vent a little bit about you. I think he'd been holding in a lot of emotions. Honestly, he wouldn't stop going on and on about you. He just kept complaining about you until his head hit the bar and he passed out. But he was mostly talking about what an old woman you've become.
Excuse me? Did he really say that about me? What is going on here?
Oh, come on, you can't actually be that surprised that he would, right? I mean, it's true that you are loud and annoying and always such a nag. I would say you really are just a few years off from being everyone's least favorite grandma.
Well, I don't know if Jim has noticed, but he isn't exactly a spring chicken either. But fine, whatever. It's natural for spouses to have gripes about each other. I'll just have to deal with Jim later. Where are you two so I can go and pick you up?
Pick us up? Now, why would you go and do that? I was just going to take Jim back to my place and let him sleep there.
Okay, come on now. You know that that's not okay. Just tell me where you are right now.
But why not? Why isn't it okay if I take your husband back to my house? It's already so late. You don't really want to come out and pick us up, do you? I mean, we're already so close to my apartment. It would just be a huge waste of time and effort on your part.
Because drunk married men should not be getting taken home to go and spend the night in another woman's home. Now tell me where you two are so that I can go and pick you up and take you home.
Oh, come on. You're not actually worried about anything happening between the two of us now, are you? You really can be so strict sometimes, do you know that? Or is it just that you're worried that you don't have what it takes to impress Jim anymore and you're just scared of losing him to another woman like this? You know, if you're really worried about all that, you could always try and put on a little more makeup and at least try and be a little more womanly.
Jill, I am really grateful to you for watching over my husband this long, but this is going too far, so please stop it.
Stop what? I really have no idea what you're talking about. It's not like I'm doing anything.
I want you to stop grabbing drinks with my husband while I'm not around, okay? I understand that he might need someone to talk to, but I would appreciate it if he wasn't complaining to me about you. And it's not like you've ever had any trouble getting any man you want, so please just go find someone else to go after.
Go after? Pam, I think you really do have the wrong idea about this. We're just going out and getting some drinks is all.
If you want to go out and drink with him, then that can be arranged, but let's just do it when I'm there. I don't see why you two need to be going out by yourselves.
Hey there, Pam. I have some big news for you. I just found out I'm pregnant. Isn't that exciting?
Wait, what? You're pregnant? But you're not even married. Who's the dad? Did you find a boyfriend without telling me?
Oh, well, I guess you could say that we kind of got the order wrong, but yes, I have a man. But we're going to have the child first, and then we're going to get married. Isn't that just great?
Well, as long as you are both happy and the baby's going to be okay, then that's all that really matters. So you're really going to wait to have the baby first, and then you're going to marry the father?
Well, I really do wish that I could marry him right now, but there's just so much that we have to do first.
Oh, really? What kind of things do you have to do? Sounds like you're both really busy.
Well, you see, the thing is that my future husband is actually married already, so he's got to divorce his wife first.
Are you serious, Jill? You slept with a married man and let him get you pregnant? That's cheating! You're having an affair!
Oh, don't be such a drama queen. I wouldn't call it such nasty words like that. Besides, we love each other, and that's really all that should matter, right?
I'm glad that you two love each other, but you shouldn't be sleeping with married men. What are you thinking, Jill? Are you at least going to apologize to the wife? Does she even know about this?
Well, I mean, I feel a little bad, but actually I'm telling the wife about the affair right now.
You mean you've already reached out to her? Are you going to her house or something? What do you mean by that?
I mean that the father of the baby I have in me right now is Jim.
Wait, what? What do you mean? This is some kind of joke, right?
It's no joke. I'm very, very serious about this. So anyways, this is my way of asking you to end your marriage to Jim, okay?
Jill, you've really done it now. You screwed up big time.
Oh, come on. I really am sorry that things had to go this way. But you and Jim have been married for 3 years now and still haven't had a kid, right? But when we slept together, I got pregnant right away. It was actually so much easier to steal your husband than I thought it would be.
I had no idea that you even liked Jim all that much. I know you had a crush on him, but I never would have guessed that you'd do something like this. You're so much worse than I could have ever imagined.
Well, you can't blame it all on me. You're the one who stopped keeping an eye on your man after you got married. That's when you should have been extra vigilant, and now look at what it's cost you.
So you're really saying that I should blame myself for letting you get so close to my husband?
I'm just saying that you're my sister, and you know that I won't stop until I get what I want, right? So, if you knew that I was that kind of person, how can you blame me for just following my nature? You should have been more active in stopping me. Not that you could have, of course. I knew from the moment I laid eyes on him that I wanted to make Jim all mine.
So you mean that you were going to try and get with him even before him and I were married?
That's right. I refused to accept that you were going to marry such a great guy. I mean, he's young, he has a great career, he's super sharp, he's the perfect catch. I mean, did you really think that I was going to let you get away with marrying such a rich man? You must have been dreaming.
So then you're telling me that you've done all this just because you're having money troubles?
There's a lot of reasons for what I did, but I'm not going to pretend like my economic situation didn't play into why I went after Jim over other men. But he's also just so handsome and funny that I couldn't stand the thought of you having such a great guy while I had nothing.
Okay, fine then. If that's the way things are going to be, then I'll divorce Jim.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being so good about this. I really thought that you were going to fight more, but you've made this so much easier than I thought.
Well, I just don't see the point of fighting you over this. I mean, it's not going to change how Jim feels about me, or the fact that you two are going to have a kid. So if you two really are in love with each other, then I'll not stand in your way.
You really are so understanding. Do you know that? But I'm glad that at least you can understand the feelings Jim and I have for each other. I mean, there wouldn't be any point in trying to put up a fight anyways. After all, it wouldn't change anything anyways. I've already stolen him from you.
That's right. You certainly did steal him from me, didn't you? Anyways, I hope you two are happy. Take good care of your child.
Hey there, sis. I just wanted to let you know that we finished moving all my stuff into the house. Thanks so much for moving out and making room for me.
Well, I didn't feel like I had much other choice. After all, Jim seems to be head over heels in love with you. But don't worry, I don't have any more feelings for him. He's all yours. I won't interfere.
Yeah, of course we aren't going to interfere. After all, it's clear who Jim really loves. You never stood a chance. I'm so sorry I stole your super rich husband from you, though.
You really still think that Jim is rich? I guess you still have a lot to figure out. Or maybe you and I just have very, very different definitions of who is actually rich.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why you think he's so rich. I don't even know where you heard that from.
What do you mean? Of course he's rich. I know he is. I mean, he's a manager at a huge company, right?
Just when do you think that was? When did you first hear that about him?
What do you mean? What does it matter when I heard about what his job was?
Well, it matters because he quit his job from that big company about a year ago. Now he works at a much smaller company in a much less important role. I think he's only making about a third of what he used to be making as well.
Wait, what? No, that can't be right. You've got to be lying to me. I mean, he certainly doesn't spend money like someone who took a huge pay cut.
Oh, trust me, I know all about that. But that's only because Jim likes to keep up appearances. Even though he's living so far beyond his means, and I'm always telling him to stop spending so much. In fact, that's been the source of so many fights between him and I.
So then, is that why he was complaining about how stingy you are?
Is that what he was saying about me? I suppose he would think that of me. But I guess this means you don't even know why he was fired in the first place. He was accused of fudging his sales numbers and skimming off the top with some of the products. His company actually threatened to sue him and instead charged him a huge fine plus a pay cut. So Jim figured he might be able to find better opportunities with another company. Anyways, that's why I was always on his back about his spending habits.
No, this can't be right. I refuse to believe any of this. These are all just lies that you're coming up with now because you're mad that I stole your husband.
I'm not lying to you, Jill, but I'm sure you'll find that out for yourself soon enough. I would also ask you to take a look at his next paycheck. Just brace yourself because you might be quite disappointed.
No, this can't be right. Please, tell me this is a joke. Why didn't you warn me about this earlier? I've already been bragging to my friends about stealing your rich husband. I was going to marry him and then never ever have to worry about money ever again. This isn't fair.
You know, I doubt that Jim even has enough money to scrape together to give you a half-decent wedding. And I hope you weren't wanting to take a honeymoon abroad. Better to just do something local instead. Maybe just a little museum date or something like that. I doubt he could afford much more than that.
A museum date? That's not a honeymoon. That's not even a good date. Of course I wanted to go to another country for my honeymoon.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be a conversation you're going to have with Jim. Just don't be let down when you find out the truth about all of this. It might be better to just give up now, in fact.
You knew this was going to happen, didn't you? You were just trying to slough off your husband onto me. You trapped me into doing this.
You seriously can't be blaming me for this, right? You really are out of your mind if you think I'm going to go along with this.
This isn't a joke. I am in serious trouble and it's all your fault. Don't you know that I'm swimming in debt? I thought I was going to be able to use Jim to pay off all of it.
Yeah, you also have a lot to learn about how you spend and save money too, don't you? Sound like you two are perfectly horrible for each other. I just hope that neither of you experience any kind of unforeseen disaster in the near future. Good luck with the married life.
Pam, it's all true. Everything that you were saying. I cornered Jim and asked him about his job, and he confessed to everything you said about him.
Well, yes, that's what I was trying to warn you about.
But then what's going to happen to my loans? I need to pay off credit cards at the end of the month. What am I going to do, Pam?
Why in the world are you asking me what you're going to do about your problems?
Please, I need your help. I don't have anyone else that I can turn to. I know that you have money saved up, so give me some of that. Come on, you know that I don't have even a penny to my name. I need your help.
Oh, I know that you're in trouble. I've been trying to warn you about the importance of saving up and spending smart, but you just ignored me.
Please, you're not really going to leave your little sister to flounder like this, right? After all, you were the one who tricked me into taking Jim from you.
I did not do anything of the sort at all. You stole Jim from me, and Jim was scummy enough to fall for you. But you should know that Jim called me and was begging me to take him back.
You're kidding me. You mean that he's really asked to get back together with you?
Oh, don't worry. I told him that I had no intention of getting back together with him at all. If I were you, I would come clean to Jim about your financial situation as well. Then you can start to make a budget and find a way to dig yourself out of this hole. But that's the last piece of advice that I'll give you. Now, goodbye. After that, I heard that Jill took out more loans to pay back her older loans, not realizing that she was only burying herself deeper and deeper. As for Jim, he never got a grip on his spending habits and only ended up spending all of Jill's loans twice as fast as she could. And as Jill's pregnancy progressed, Jim began to wander and started to see other women behind Jill's back. When she found out about that, however, it didn't matter that she was pregnant. She beat Jim black and blue. I heard later from my parents that Jill and Jim, who did end up finally marrying, divorced very soon after that. Jill had her child and begged her parents to let her live with them. I really hope that Jill learns a lesson from this, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if she's just keeping her eyes open for another man to marry. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.